This is Scotty. Any more update?
Yeah,
on that?
so we're just gonna rest him as much as we can, and it'll be a game time decision. So as far as him carrying the ball, he's gonna know what to do. He'll be out there in team periods, for the third down stuff, but we're gonna try to rest him as much as we can. It'll be a game time decision.
So he didn't do anything today at all?
Well, just except for watching the team periods, getting mental reps, but no, on the field he didn't.
Miles Battle is at the fourth game, I believe, of the participation after A&M. Is that something you're kind of playing by ear, or do you intend to play him in the last two?
We are playing it by ear, and if we needed him for a whole game, we would use him, but we're gonna try and save it if we can.
Okay.
Yep.
Did he play a snap, or did he just come out against A&M, Miles?
No,
He's-
yeah, I think he played maybe 10
Yeah.
snaps, just in a
Yeah,
reserve
I thought so.
role. Yeah.
Going into Saturday night, obviously Vanderbilt's playing to still get the bowl eligibility
Absolutely.
at 4-6.
Yep.
And you guys can't go to the postseason, but how do you keep them motivated? I mean, what is the deal? And I know you've been asked this 100 times,
Right.
but I mean, truly, how do you get them focused and ready to finish?
Well,
the season?
you know what, I think we have 8 days left together. 1 week from tomorrow, our season will be over. And you know what, I would like, I'd just like for these guys to go out the right way. I'm 100% sure that I owe it to those guys, to the seniors that came back when they didn't have to, that would have been eligible to play other places. They came back here for a reason. They came back here for each other. They came back here for this university, maybe for the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. And I owe it to them to give everything I got. And I think the people in this room know that they owe it to each other for all the stuff they've been through to finish this thing the right way and to send these guys out with a win.
When all that happened last year, I think, at least from an outside perspective, I think people expected y'all to sink. The players you're referring to, how big of a role did they play in y'all staying afloat?
You know what, I think given the circumstances and the stuff that they've battled through, they showed up and they've gone to work every day. I've told several people it just kind of takes 5 minutes on Sunday to walk through the training room and to see the knees swell up, the ankles swell up, the guys with braces on their shoulders, they're in the cold tub, they're in the hot tub, and they're battling, they're giving everything they got. And so for me, it's very easy to stay motivated. And we got a whole staff full of families that live and die with every single game that we play. So regardless of how you look at it, there's plenty of motivation when you give as much as we have to battle and fight through this thing.
Did y'all go the whole time inside today, or y'all split it up?
No, we went inside today. We
I saw the lights on the practice
no,
field.
we went outside yesterday and got out into the weather, but with the snow and the rain, we went inside today, and we'll try to get back outside tomorrow one more time.
Is that just try to acclimate them for
Absolutely,
the weather?
yeah, absolutely. I do think it's trending upwards. So it'll be somewhere in the low 50s to high 40s, which is really for a lineman just good football weather. But no, we're excited about the opportunity.
Do you think weather has anything to do with like how a player may approach a game, or do you think it affects them mentally or even physically?
Oh, 100% it does, without a doubt, but I don't think it's going to be into that temperature. There are certain temperatures that for sure affect the way you play, and you got to think about those things. But it looks like the forecast, even for this coming up Saturday and for next Thursday, it'll just be good football.
Does Vanderbilt remind you of anybody that you guys have played already this year?
I mean, they'll mix personnels, similar to Texas A&M. They like to run the football and play action, and they have a good screen game. So, but just a lot more, personnels. They'll mix it, play action, screens. They just do a good job with that. And then defensively, Coach Mason's always done a good job, mixing up his pressures and bringing people from different places. So you got to be prepared for that.
Seems like that back of theirs has really turned a corner the last couple of weeks. What's he been doing so well?
You know what? He's just a good back. And when I talk to some other people that have played against him, like, man, he's way, you could tell he's big and a physical back, but he runs away from people too. That's what you see. You see some big runs. So not only is he big and strong, he can run away from you too. Just a really good player. And they feature him. They get him the ball in a bunch of different ways.
Seems like he's really good with a lot of bodies around him, kind of just like the slippery type that kind of seems to always find his way to the holes. How do you bring a guy down like that before he hits the next level?
That's a good question. You got to find ways to populate the ball, get more than one person there, because he does do a good job making the first person miss. But we need to tackle well. But you got to have a bunch of people around the ball and populate the football.
A lot of the go ahead, man.
Do you think the slower pace they kind of play as an offense, as they're constructive, is a little more conducive for you guys in terms of getting the calls and getting set? Do you think that favors you guys a little bit?
I don't know if it favors you, but you know, I do think for a defense, if you can dig your cleats in and you can get the call and you can see the formations and the tendencies they have by each formation, I think that does help you.
I mean, on the same communication front, a lot of the defenders were talking about it this week, just making sure that everyone's on the same page pre-snap. But Vandy does a lot of those like pre-snap motions, whether to isolate certain guys or not. How do the guys make sure that they're in the right play or make the right adjustments right before the snap with the motions?
Yeah, a lot of people call it being in the zone, but it's just about being focused, about having your eyes right, knowing where your help is, knowing the leverage that you have. And then there's certain things you have to be looking at. There'll be a lot of window dressing that can try to take your attention, but as long as you stay focused on your job, you'll be fine. You just got to be careful with all the eye candy.
Quarterback of theirs has been in the league a good bit of time. When you face an experienced guy like him who has a command of that offense, what sort of challenge does that present?
Yeah, you know, just him getting them in the right play, making the checks, you know, he sees pressure, getting the protections right, doing all the things that an experienced quarterback does. That's what he does well. So you just got to be sound. We got to try to get pressure on him, you know, try to get him out of his comfort zone, and I think that'll be important.
I know the coaching community is kind of small. You know, is Dad at all? You familiar with the Sherman
yeah,
family?
I'm very aware of him.
Yeah.
We don't have a personal relationship, but obviously a lot of respect. And you know, coaches' kids get raised a certain way, and they're around it all their lives, and they know what to expect. And he's no different. You know, a lot of respect for him and what he's been able to accomplish, and how he's continued to get better. And you know, very impressive.
Obviously, you're not calling defensive plays, but going back to Kyle, it seems like he struggles the most when he's under pressure. Is there going to be an effort to maybe send more guys at him this week?
Well, you know what, I think that's probably true for every quarterback. That's not
Sure.
unique to him. You know, every quarterback would like to, you know, stand back there in a clean pocket and throw. So I think whether we rush 4 and have to get pressure that way and play some coverage, or we mix in some blitzes, we got to get home because he's going to know that it's coming and he'll be able to deliver the football. But I think any quarterback you play, you want to try to get pressure.
Has Markel gotten any reps this week?
Yeah, he has gotten some. I don't think he's 100% yet, but he'll be able to play some, I believe.
Okay.
No reps for Braylon?
No rep for Braylon.
Just
Yeah,
rest.
again, just trying to rest him and get him as healthy as we can. Him and Scotty would both be a game time decision. They've been around enough where they're going to know what to do this late in the season. So I think it's more important for us to try to get them rested and see if we can get them some snaps in the game.
One last thing. How good has it been to see Octavius Cooley kind of come on here lately, particularly in light that you're going to be without Dawson in the first half Saturday night?
I think it's very important. You know, him being a Mississippi kid, I think it means a lot to him. Him getting his body right, you know, changing his body, getting in shape, learning the system, and making plays when the opportunities present themselves. He's been, you know, he's just a big body. He's hard to tackle. People bounce off of him. He's doing a great job in blocking in the run game, and he's also got really, really soft hands. So anytime that you can have that matchup, it makes it hard on a defense.
Thanks.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.